Hi guys, and welcome back to my house. My name is Sage, and in today's video, we're going to learn how to make a delicious Chinese hamburger casserole. So I have here about 2 tablespoons of butter. You can use any kind of oil you want, whether it's olive oil or vegetable, whatever. I'm just using butter because that's what my mom used to use. And then here I have garlic, broccoli, carrot, and celery. That's just a couple of stalks of each because that's what I had left over in the fridge. That's one thing that's good about this recipe, is that it's a good use up of what's in your fridge. So I'm just going to dump that in there and I'm going to give it a stir. You can use onion in if you want it. I'm going to use onion powder. I'm just going to let it saute and soften some of the vegetables. I have my oven preheated to 350. So once your vegetables are kind of soft, you're going to add 1 pound of ground beef to the pan. So I'm just browning the hamburger. I just chopped it up as finely as I could, mixed it with all the vegetables, and I'm browning it before I move on to the next step. Next up, I'm going to add my water chestnuts right into, I drained them. You can chop them if you want, but because my meat is almost all the way brown, I want to warm them up before we move on to the next phase. So I'm just going to let them chill out and warm up. Okay, so here we have the spices. We have black pepper, ground dried onion, a little bit of seasoning salt. You don't want to use a whole lot of salt because we're going to add some soy sauce to it, so don't be too liberal with the salt in the spice category. And then here I have some parsley that is completely optional. Okay, now that my meat and vegetable mixture is brown and soft, I'm going to be adding some Locos soy sauce. It doesn't matter what kind of soy sauce you use, but I'm just going to put in a couple of, like probably about a teaspoon. Now I'm going to add a cup of mushroom soup and a 1/3 cup of milk. And I'm going to mix it all in together. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You can add more milk or even water if you want to thin it out a little bit more. I think this is maybe a little bit thick, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. Because I want it to be able to soak into the noodles. I mean, not the noodles, but the rice a little bit. And this is kind of the consistency that you want. Just a really thick kind of thing. And then now you're going to want to taste test it and adjust any flavorings. And you're going to want the soy sauce to be a little bit of a strong flavor in here because it needs to get soaked up by the rice. So once that's all completely mixed up, then we're going to add our rice. I have here a 3 to 4 cups of rice, and I'm just gonna dump it right in. This is just some leftover rice, Arabic rice pilaf that we had, but you can make up a fresh pot of rice. You know, it doesn't take long for this. And this is like something that you can make ahead, like the day in advance, or even it's a great freezer meal, and then just pop it in the oven when you get home. And here I have a casserole dish that I just lightly sprayed in the pan, and I'm just going to take this mixture and dump it into here. So this is what the casserole looks like before I stick it in the oven. It's about equal parts of sauce mixture to rice. You can extend it with more rice, but the flavor pop drops as you add more rice to it. So I like to stick with equal parts. A lot of people just stick it in the oven like this, or with some like French fried onions or Chinese noodles on it. I actually prefer to put a lid on it while it's cooking because I think otherwise it dries out, and I don't like it to be dried out. So I'm going to stick this in the oven at 350 degrees for 35 to 45 minutes. So this has been cooking for about 35 minutes. And this is what it looks like when it's done. And I'm just going to portion some out onto my plate. And I'm going to garnish it with Locos chow mein noodles and some more soy sauce. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like it, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my cooking or organizing videos. And would you do a girl a favor and hit that share button with all of your friends and family? Well, thanks for stopping by my house. I'll see you next time, y'all.